2026 started with multiple releases catching our attention. One of those was IVE's Bang Bang, which they dropped prior to releasing their full album Revive Plus.
We're about to break down Bang Bang for you, and we're sure that today's video will give you a lot of knowledge and inspiration on how to elevate your own top lines.
We have discussed songwriting quite a bit on this channel, and unless you're very new here, we are sure you have heard about the concepts of repetition versus variation and tension versus release. It's no surprise that Bang Bang also utilizes these concepts, however, what is key here is how this is achieved. Let's quickly break down the core structure of Bang Bang's top line.
We have quite dense rap-based A verses, full of sass and... Oops, wrong song. These rap verses are then contrasted with spacious melodic lines in the B verses. You can immediately tell how strong the contrast between the A verse and the B verse is, and this is also supported by the instrumental, which brings in these lush chords, setting up for the melodic top line.
The pre-chorus is rather unique for K-pop. Interestingly enough, when we first listened to Bang Bang, we thought the B verse was the pre-chorus. This was further influenced by one of the main hooks of the song being introduced here. However, our expectations were then subverted as we went into a tension-building section. This introduces contrast and makes the chorus hit extra hard, while the use of the bang lyrics in the pre-chorus already adds to the catchiness of the song.
We then go into a stylish two-part chorus, and there's something extra cool happening here, which we're going to look at later in this video, so keep on watching.
Chorus A features a dense top line built around the question-answer pattern, which repeats twice. As we mentioned earlier, we have heard the first half of this top line already, which makes the answer feel even stronger as it finally gives us the full phrase. This technique of integrating core melodic motifs in sections before the chorus is also known as musical foreshadowing, and it is an incredibly powerful tool for achieving catchy top lines.
Chorus B has a more instrumental focus, with the title of the song being the only lyric here. This is a great example of how to utilize space, which in turn helps us transition into the second verse.
The bridge features the quite popular in K-pop over the last few years groove inspired by Jersey Club.
Watch me, don't touch me, love me, don't hurt me.
With the top line closely following it, before we drop into the final chorus. It is quite different from the rest of the song, serving as a classic K-pop bridge. However, the airy vocals are reminiscent of the B verses from earlier, which helps with coherence.
As you can tell, we have a lot of repetition, but also a lot of variation to break things up. However, we're barely scratching the surface.
A solid lead top line is how you want to start any good song, but Bang Bang shows us how you can take this and truly elevate it with intentional vocal arrangement.
The A verses let the lead vocal shine, with occasional phrases being accented by doubles and crowd vocals. This keeps things intriguing and progressing without adding too much energy too early on.
The melodic B verses are supported with harmonies which lift the energy.
The pre-chorus once again puts our focus on the lead vocal. Combined with the space in the first half and the build-up in the second, this section creates anticipation in a simple yet effective way.
The way the A chorus plays with vocal arrangement is quite cool too. The first A chorus is fairly minimalistic, while the second time around we fill it out a lot more. We have a single lead vocal for the lead-in, then a wide bang, and then harmonies on the verbose phrases.
this is my way.
This makes the A chorus very dynamic.
The B chorus is a lot simpler, with the hook being strengthened by wide crowd vocals.
The bridge top line features a one-note melody, which is elevated by an ascending harmony. The section ends with a single lead vocal, and then a countdown-style phrase, which helps the final chorus hit even harder.
4, 3, 2, 1. Shake your body.
We have a whole series on vocal arrangement, and we do suggest you check it out if you want to level up your top lines too.
But what about ad-libs? You can hear the classic high note ad-libs in the final chorus. We also hear a lot of these playful ad-libs, which fill in some of the space in the lead vocals without adding too much energy. However, the composition of these ad-libs, and in fact the whole top line, don't do all the work here.
Bang Bang has some of the coolest vocal processing we've heard in a while, and we thought it's a fantastic example on how the presentation of your top line matters too.
The ad-libs are placed strategically, but the rows are processed in a way which makes them fit perfectly with the rest of the vocals. For example, we hear filtering and distortion here, while this one is bit crushed and chopped up or tremolo. Of course, we have the classic final chorus ad-libs, which are hugged in reverb and add an extra layer of elegance to this section.
But let's take a step back. Often, when we talk about vocal processing, we think, how can I add a lot of effects to make this sound cool? And of course, this is not wrong, but we do recommend a more intentional overall approach. So let's talk about space.
Sometimes vocals feel very close to us, while other times they can feel quite far. They may also feel quite tight or very, very wide. And, of course, anything in between. Listen to this vocal. It feels very punchy and, more importantly, close to us. Now listen to this one. You can hear the reverb tails at the end of the phrases and how now these vocals sit in a much larger space.
We can achieve all this in various ways. Compress your vocals more and leave them on the drier side to make them feel close to the listener. Alternatively, you can experiment with various reverbs and delays to push your vocals away from the listener. Of course, performance and recording matter here too. IVE have done a fantastic job with the vocal delivery. The upfront vocals are delivered strongly and with attitude, while the airy ones are sung in a beautiful, light tone. Moreover, a lot of the lines were recorded multiple times, so they can be panned as doubles and processed as chants, which once again allows the whole song to play with space in a fantastic way. Doing such changes from one part of your song to another is a fantastic way to make sections feel different, but still coherent.
But you can also do this within a single section. Earlier, we spoke about the pre-chorus and how the writing subverts our expectations. This is very much enhanced by the processing. We start with the hook, which feels wide and is supported by a stack of vocals, while the bang part right after feels quite tight, introducing once again a lot of contrast. It's starting to get clear, right?
Let's strengthen our new knowledge by listening to the A chorus again, this time with space in mind. Earlier, and in many of our videos, we talked about creating a push and pull feel with our top line. And vocal processing is yet another way we can achieve this. Bang Bang is incredibly dynamic and does not let us get bored for even a second. We highly recommend you listen to Bang Bang on your own after this video and try to think of the whole top line in terms of space. How is each section constructed and how do we transition from one section into another? Does anything sound particularly cool or ear-catching? Try to pinpoint why and join our Discord community so we can continue the conversation there. And we just announced our first for this year community challenge. It's not too late to join, so why don't you give it a go?
As you can see, the general concepts of music do not just apply to production and top line. They also apply to vocal processing, arrangement, and even mixing and mastering. We may be starting to sound like conspiracy theorists here, but it is indeed all connected.
Huge thanks to all of our Ko-fi supporters for making such videos and some amazing events possible, and see you next time!